Today, we're talking about the 7 must-have barbecue gadgets. Some of these I've been using for years. Some of these it took me a while to break down and spend the money on, and then I kicked myself for not doing it sooner. Let's get in. Number 1, and this one doesn't cost much at all, but it is insulated grill gloves. I kind of thought these were silly. You'd see people buy them. There's a whole bunch of different types of them. And I was like, I don't really need those. I got chef's hands. When am I going to use them? But these guys, get them on Amazon or whatever. I'm actually thinking about making a branded one. If you've got some ideas of what I should do for a branded one, let me know in the comments down below. But you know, they're cheap. They're 20 bucks. They're insulated. They're good up to like 900 degrees. And what kind of pushed me over the edge to getting them is I was tired of lifting up grill grates, right? Carrying these around. I've got a bunch of grills. I'm constantly moving these around, or I'm doing some cleaning, and I was picking them up with my bare hands, and then they just get disgustingly dirty, and I have to keep washing my hands. It drove me up the wall. The other thing, I just finished a video on rotisserie versus spatchcock. The winner actually surprised me, but to get that spit out of here, it was nice to have some super high temp gloves just to be able to get that spit and not burn myself. Where I use these as well is if I'm searing a bunch of steaks and we're using clarified butter or tallow, you get some flare up right there. If I want to put some more on there, having these gloves there really helps protect me so I can not just kind of pour it from afar and get a big flame up. You can get this particular kind with an extended glove. I didn't break down and do that, but this protects the hands, and I think it's best 20 bucks ever spent. Number 2 is gonna depend whether or not you've got a Kamado, an offset, maybe a wood-fired oven, or a pellet grill. I got a solution for both, but it's the Grill Blazer Grill Gun. Now, this is the one, or one of the ones, that I kind of dragged my feet on for a while. And to be honest, the first place I saw this was on James's channel, Smoking Dad Barbecue, and I was kind of like, that's cool, but I had just moved into this house and I had just spent a bunch of money to have natural gas run to my gas grill here, and at that point in time, I had intended on adding a natural gas pizza oven, and the thought of dealing with propane just did not appeal to me whatsoever, right? I was using the wax cubes or the Kamado Joe. At that time I had a Kamado Joe, and I was using the square Kamado Joe cubes, and they wouldn't do the job, but it just took a long time. And what ended up happening is that weekday grilling for me, I'm a busy person, was just not gonna happen on the Kamado. On my gas grill, I'd fire it up and go and use that during the week, but I was not spending the time, because it's an extra 30, 45 minutes depending on what temperature you're trying to get to and whatnot, with those starter cubes. So then what I did is I tried the leaf lighter. I got the I think it's called the X or whatever. It's the wireless one. I didn't want to deal with the cord. It was okay. Saved a little bit of time, but I had mixed results with it. The more I used it, the more I disliked it. So finally, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna suck it up. And I broke down and bought a Grill Blazer Grill Gun. I bought the combo with the sous vide, which I use from time to time. The sous vide is a little, that gun doesn't put out as wide of a flame and as hot of a flame. So if you're just trying to add some nice char to like you know, maybe you smoked a full prime rib and you want to add some nice char to the outside, that's when I use that one. But I use this on my offset. I use this on my wood-fired oven. I use this on my fireplace. I mean, you'll find uses for it once you have it, and the propane lasts longer than I thought. I got the 20-pound tank hose and everything. I was like, I don't want to deal with that. So I buy these 1-pounders, and they actually last surprisingly long. Now, if you don't have a need for something like this, normally there would be a torch on top of this. Unfortunately, I dropped it yesterday, and my replacement does not come yesterday. I mangled the heck out of it. It fell apart. And you know, where I use this a lot is when I'm lighting like a smoke tube or my wood cage on my pellet grill. You need something hot, and lots of people are like, oh, well, there's a cheaper alternative than buying this yellow tank. This yellow tank, I bought 2 of these 4 years ago, and there's still at least a quarter of this left, and I've used it hundreds of times. So This is extra hot and will get your, your wood chips or your pellets burning a lot quicker. Also, if you get a smoke tube and you want to do some cold smoking in your Kamado, it's good to have one of these. So it's always good to have a torch around. I'll put a picture up of the end that I bought for this, just so you have an idea. But there's common, just a valve and a click start to get it fired up. Number 3 is 2 thermometers, and yes, you need 2. I have here the TYPHUR Sync QUAD and the Duo. Only difference is 4 probes versus 2. They're identical with that. They've got a smart app. You can see it on your watch, you can see it on your phone, and it works anywhere with an internet connection. So as I'm out running errands, I can see my pit temperature and I can see my meat temperature. And you need an instant read because think of this like, I don't know, a saw, right? It's gonna cut the wood pretty darn close. This is your scalpel. This is when you want to get very, very fine details. And think of something like a brisket or a pork butt, something that is large. And if you're only taking temperature from one spot in it, you don't know the tenderness, right? So I'm using this to go around the entire piece of meat to find any tough spots. This should feel like warm peanut butter. And this is your true way to tell that it's actually done, right? Do this on ribs, any kind of meat. And then, you want a good quality one because when you're cooking poultry or steaks, you want to get them right. And this one reads super, super quick. TYPHUR is a partner. And I got to tell you, like I've used numerous wireless thermometers over the last 6 years since I started my YouTube channel. I've had a lot of frustrations, a lot of problems. I almost gave up on them. I've tried 3 other brands. So for what it's worth, I have not had to drop on these guys, and I've probably used them 75 times now. So I recommend them. I think the price point is good. And I've got a stucco house with a wire cage and a bunch of stucco. It's thick. And lots of times, especially this winter, the base was inside and the probe was out in one of my pits and I didn't have any drops. I think it's very frustrating to spend money on a product and have nonstop drops, and then you're sitting out and you're bringing it closer to the probes and trying to figure out what's going on. Where these come in super, super handy is something like a rotisserie. I just did a video where I did spatchcock versus rotisserie, and I put the probe in each piece of meat, and you can go around, you don't have to worry about the wires, and I got my chicken perfect. Do your own research. I'm not gonna tell you which is the best, but I think the TYPHUR product is pretty darn good. Number 4 is a good quality pepper grinder. In my case, it's the Pepper Cannon. And I know a lot of people look at this and say, damn, that's expensive. But if you ordered one and you put it in your hand and you felt, this is one piece of aluminum that's all been made. You felt the quality of this is dual ball bearing, and you see how much pepper it puts out, you won't think twice. I bought one for my dad, he absolutely loves it. But look, we all know that seasonings, doesn't matter what you're buying, as the weeks go by, the potency kind of deteriorates, right? Fresh cracked pepper, you can't beat it. On eggs, bacon, potatoes, steaks, right? But when you're doing briskets, if you want to get the same quality pepper, it takes a hell of a long time with a traditional pepper grinder, whereas this does it 10 times faster than anything else on the market. It's very, very fast. I can grind 3 tablespoons in under a minute, probably 45 seconds if I had to guess. If you're doing 6 or 10 briskets, then yeah, maybe you'll buy some fresh pre-ground stuff in bulk and use it that way. But if you're doing a brisket or 2 at home, this is the way to do it. You will use this more often than you think. Every time I use pepper, I use this. And Man Kitchen actually has some smoked pepper. They got white pepper, they got black pepper. My dad really loves the smoked pepper. He's probably watching this and he's gonna call me tonight and say, hey, can you bring me some of that smoked pepper next time you come home? But I recommend it. I kind of held off on a little bit. I've got a Peugeot set that I really like. I really like the aesthetics of them. And then after a year and a half, the pepper mill broke on me. I tried to reach out to them about warranty and I didn't get a response. So I got frustrated and that's how I ended up with this guy. I really, really like it. I think it puts out a phenomenal amount of pepper. And look, if you want to use some fennel seed or something, you want to make some homemade sausage, you can grind up fennel seeds, you can grind up other herbs in this, and you can even grind up coffee if you want. Number 5 is this little guy here. It's another cheap one. You can get these off of Amazon. This is a smoke tube, pellet tube, and you can use pellets or you can use wood chips or a combination of the two. They have collapsible ones. I've had the collapsible one. More often than not, I'm using half or a little bit more, and with a torch that I have, I can still get it lit, so I just buy one. Wood chips give you a little bit better outcome as far as flavor. The challenge is they burn pretty darn quick. So you're babysitting a little bit. So mixing them is a good way to go. Oftentimes I just use pellets. You're gonna want something like this for a pellet grill. It doesn't matter what kind of pellet grill you have. This adds some extra smoke to it, and it will definitely help increase your smoke quality and the amount of smoke flavor you get. The other way you can use this is in a Kamado. You can use it for secondary smoke, but you can also use it for cold smoking. Let's say you want to make some cheese or something. Years ago, I made a smoked mousse dessert, and what I did is I put chocolate chips in my Kamado, and I lit this guy up, and I just put some smoke into those chocolate chips. You don't have to fire anything up, and that way it can add some smoke flavor without melting. In my case, it was chocolate, but same thing with cheese. Anything like that just adds a little bit of smoke flavor, and these are like 20 bucks. Number 6, this is one that I held off on for quite some time. You know, I've been smoking meat for like 30 years. My wife actually didn't do any cooking for the first 20 years of our marriage. And, you know, not because she couldn't or whatever or wouldn't, just I really enjoyed to cook, right? And I had no problems with washing my hands. But as I started to get more and more into barbecue and doing larger volumes, entertaining and whatnot, you know, I started to use some of these, and where they really help is with some cotton gloves to help insulate them. And you know, there's nothing worse than trying to pull pork and burn your hands. So you put these on underneath and they insulate them so that you can pull a bunch of pork, you can pull some chicken, whatever you want. But you know, this just makes it so I'm not washing my hands constantly. You don't want to cross-contaminate, especially when you're working with raw meats and you're seasoning and everything. So this just helps that. And then, you know, I use these for a lot of other things. Cleaning my cars, right? I use some chemicals when I clean my cars. I do both of them frequently, and I don't want all that shit on my hand. So this helps keep my hands protected. These guys are 5.5 millimeters. They're very, very good. I have a discount link for these guys. It's the best deal on the internet. You can get a case, so 10 boxes of 100. I want to say it's like 89 or 99 bucks. You won't see the discount until the checkout, but as soon as you go to checkout, you'll see the new price. You can't beat it. I use them if I'm doing any weeding or anything like that, or anything around the garden, so I don't get dirt underneath my nails. They come in handy to have. Number 7 is not a gadget, but people like gadget videos, especially me. I love to watch them all the time. But as you're watching this, I want to be able to help you and give you a piece that a lot of people overlook. And that is the importance of using a good quality lump or a good quality pellet, right? When it comes to a Kamado, you're using lump, you don't use briquettes or anything like that. And you want to use a high quality lump. There's a couple reasons. Number 1, if you use a high quality lump, it will last longer and cost you less over the long run. Number 2, it will be able to get super hot for like pizzas and searing and hold for an extended period of time, whereas a cheap lump will get you up to that temperature, but it will burn out quick. It doesn't have any staying power. It's not as dense. Number 3 is lots of people, when they use a Kamado, they have that up and down swing. Now, some of them are overcorrecting and chasing temperatures, but over time they learn to adjust a little bit less. But if you're using a low quality lump, it doesn't have the same quality throughout it. It's not as dense, and it will lead to some swing up and down, all right? So totally recommend a high quality lump. And then when it comes to the pellet grill world, pellets are your fuel. They are also your flavor. And trust me when I tell you, I've tried 9 different brands. For me, I use Bear Mountain Barbecue, and I've used them now for 3 or 4 years. They are a partner in full disclosure, but I reached out to them. I did a video. I've been using a whole bunch. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna compare what everyone's talking about. And they came out number 1 and 2, they tied, and I reached out and they became a partner. Been happy, have not looked back. When it comes to lump, Bear Mountain did just announce some lump. I've been using it for a few months now. It's pretty good. Other brands would be, Fogo is probably the best brand out there, the premium. It's expensive, but it does last a long time. Jealous Devil makes some good ones. I think it's B&B makes some good ones. What else? I used to like Kamado Joe Big Block. The last time I bought it, I didn't feel like it was the same quality as it used to be. Maybe I just got a bad bag, but those are probably the ones that I've used the most. I'm not saying it's the most comprehensive list. I have not ventured out and tried a whole bunch, but that's what I've had good luck with so far. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And look, summertime is here. Get outdoors and do some cooking. I'll see you soon.